Welcome back to Arizona Midday. When you have a new baby, it's so hard to interpret what they're feeling, wanting, and crying for. Many families are turning to sign language to communicate with their child before they're even able to express themselves verbally. Janine here and Jennifer and their children are here to teach us more about it. Janine and Jennifer, thank you both for being here.
Thank you.
All right, let's talk about why you would suggest parents consider sign language.
Well, the reasons why we suggest parents to consider sign language for their children would be for early communication, early literacy, and it supports brain development. We know by brain research that a child's brain is actively wired at 6 months of age to communicate. However, their oral motor skills, the ability to speak, are not developed clearly enough to speak close to 2 years of age. But their fine motors are. Their hands, and so they can communicate their basic needs and offer help. Exactly.
I mean, that's true. You know, we talked about that. I mean, you know, parents definitely want ways to communicate with their kids, and they don't really start talking until they're almost 2. So when they're crying and you're like, what do you want?
Exactly.
It's great to learn that. Now, what about people who are worried about, you know, that it's going to hurt their ability to speak?
Well, there's no research for it, actually. There's over 30 years of research of using sign language with hearing children. And the program that we use, Sign With Your Baby program developed by Dr. Joseph Garcia, suggests that you sign the sign and offer, for instance, milk. So you'd sign milk, offer the milk, and you're speaking the word as well.
So they're learning
all three. So they keep hearing the word, and so their speech will develop naturally.
Okay, great ideas. Now, what's the first thing we need to do to get started? If we're watching and we're like, oh man, that sounds great, I want to do this, but I don't know how to start.
Well, we suggest a couple different ways. One would be to take a class. And we offer, Sprouting New Beginnings offers classes for families so they can start incorporating sign language into their daily routines. Or you can go to your local bookstore, Barnes & Noble, Borders, whatever, and you can get, they have the whole package. And it's a training video, basically, and comes with a book and a quick reference card. Okay. Or you can pick up any other books.
And I mean, I'm just watching. Jenny, what's your son's name?
His name is Wyatt.
Wyatt, and then you have your little girl here too. Morgan, and they both, well, Wyatt's learning.
Yes.
And Morgan learned to sign too. Can you show us some signs like that she would be teaching Wyatt?
Sure, and actually Jennifer would be wonderful to demonstrate right now because she's, go ahead.
One of the first signs that I taught him was milk. And so what I do is when I get the bottle ready, I say, want some milk, Wyatt? Let's have some milk. And then I'll bring the bottle, and then I repeat the sign, milk. And every time I feed him the bottle. Or if you're nursing, you can do the same, nursing. And then when he's eating, we have his Bumbo chair here, and so when I have his rice cereal, I'll put him in his chair, and then as I'm feeding him, I'll sign.
I think right now he's saying, "Give me back my milk."
More milk.
Yeah. I'll sign more, and then I'll feed him. So it's concrete, so he's seeing exactly what I'm signing.
And it's interesting because Wyatt, as he's trying to kind of hold the bottle, and he's playing right now with his hands, he's opening and shutting his hands, practicing that movement that he's also seeing from his mom.
Okay, so show me 3 signs.
Okay, so milk is the first one. That's the first one we suggest because, again, we want to sign naturally in their daily routines. So it's opening and closing your hand.
Opening and closing, okay.
More is tapping your fingers together, more. And this is a great one that can go with food or with playtime, so it starts to grow with your child. And the other one is eat.
Eat, which is very, yeah, that makes sense. My niece is doing it. She is about 1.5, a little less than 1.5, but yeah, she did the more for a lot of things.
Yes,
more drink, more food, more mommy time. So that's a good one to teach. And how long does it take them to learn this?
It depends on when the family starts, but the research suggests start incorporating it with your child about 6 to 7 months of age, and they'll usually reproduce their first sign around 8 to 9 months of age. My son, we started at 6 months of age, and he reproduced his first sign at 9 months, which was milk. Okay. Morgan's first sign was water, and she reproduced her first sign about 10, 11 months.
Do you remember that?
Sure.
She's like, yeah. Now she asked for it. Well, thanks a lot, you guys. Great ideas. And to learn more about the program, go to sproutingnewbeginnings.com. You see it right there on your screen, or just call the number you see.